Welcome everybody. Uh, we're here at the Tiny House Village, and I'm Viyahta, your tiny house owner. And I'm here with L.A. His green hat is on the screen. Hello, L.A. How are you this morning?
Better than terrific.
All right. Why are you frozen? Okay, there you are. Okay, keep moving. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We feel we had to bring an urgent message to you about plastics. And in the tiny house village, where we are living in peace and joy and health and happiness, plastics have got to go. And we're going to talk about why we need to remove the plastic. If you don't know, because it's a global problem, it really is a global problem. And LA and I are going to share with you today why we feel the need to come up with a solution. And we've come up with a solution. Someone posted a video on my Facebook page about a solution for detergent, too many detergent plastic containers. And one of my Facebook friends said, you know what we need is dispensers for laundry detergent where people can bring their plastic bottles and refill those dispensers. So, LA, what do you think about that idea? How can we make that happen?
It's a good idea. It would probably work best in a captive market. But it could work. But I think, like I say, a captive market, it, it'll it'll probably be best to work it in a captive market.
What do you mean captive market? What does that mean?
Let's say you have a tiny house village, and everybody in that village. Let's say you've got 5 homes or 10 households in that tiny house village, and everybody in that tiny house village doesn't bring any new plastic into that community at all. So if they wanted laundry detergent, they can go to the dispensary center within that tiny house village and refill on their laundry detergent without adding on any additional plastic bottles.
Okay,
So that
so
little
what?
that like I remember where you used to live at, where there were about 10 or 11 households. That's what I would call a captive community.
Oh, okay. So, we want to encourage our viewers and listeners to start their own laundry detergent farmers market business, right? We look at this not only as a way to reduce plastics, but a way to start your own business. So, LA has come up with some ideas on how you can do that because he's an asset builder and he is all about bringing in more income into the family home to do whatever you need to do in your own business. So, LA, how can someone start their own business with laundry detergent dispensers at farmers market, let's say?
Well, they could a learn how to make their own soap, their own
Absolutely.
their own brand, and then go to a farmer's market to sell the soap that they've made. And along with that, they can sell dispensers or they can have a dispenser there to for their regular customers that they come back and refill, so they can introduce it there as well.
Okay, so what do you see as some of the supplies that people will need to start this type of business? Because we not only want to solve the problem of too many plastic, and we have a great video, a short clip we want to show you in case you're not aware of the problem. It's a global problem, brothers and sisters. It's a global problem. Plastics are taking over the planet, the water, the land. I've been for the last 6 years. I have been walking through my community wherever I've been in three different communities in the last 6 years. When I walk 3 or 4 times a week, I pick up trash. I just take one of those plastic grocery bags from the grocery store with me on my walk, and I pick up trash. 95% of the trash I pick up is, guess what? Plastic. People have become irresponsible with this invention of plastic that has been created, what, for our convenience. For what other purposes did they bring plastic in? Lighter, the glass bottles were too heavy, I guess. But all the reasons that plastic has become a big business for a lot of people or a lot of corporations, we now have a big problem, and I'm going to show you late in a few minutes in the video how big a problem it is. But LA, what are some of the supplies that people will need if they want to, for instance, go to a farmer's market every week and help people bring their plastic detergent bottles every week instead of buying new ones, and fill up their detergent bottles? What do they need to do that? Give us some ideas how people can start that.
I gotta open this gate for this dog. She's whining.
Okay,
Okay,
LA is in dog mode. Should
come
I play a
on.
video while you open the
No, no,
gate?
no, no. She's in now. um. Okay. What could they bring to the farmers market?
No, how
Well,
do they start their business and bring that to the farmer's market?
hmm. Well, let me explain it this way. Over in parts of Europe, at grocery stores, um, they have before you step into the grocery store, right beside it's a part of the grocery store, but it's before you go inside. There is a recycling center where people can bring back their bottles. Their now, in my experience with this is in Germany. So they have they've incentivized it on a personal level where if you bring back your clear bottles, your green bottles, your brown bottles, and your plastic bottles, which can also be those same colors, they have machines there that you can load up or return your return your bottles, and then for each bottle that you return, you get a store credit to buy groceries. So you let's say you bring in a bag of bottles or boxes of bottles, and you for each one you get a store credit, and then you take that store credit and you go shopping. So you buy what you regularly buy, and you present the receipt based on the bottles that you return, and that you I mean people buy food with that stuff. So now if you can set up a farmer's market that has a similar process, I think that would be a good thing.
Even if
It might be
somebody
in this
wants,
country, but I haven't seen it yet.
okay, what if somebody wants to start their own business? So we're trying to inspire people to start their own business with a laundry detergent facility or dispensary section in the farmers market. There's already plenty of farmers markets in the neighborhoods, I would think. I know in my city, Orlando,
Well,
we have several farmers markets every week throughout the city. So wherever you are, all you have to do is find a
yeah,
farmers
but with
market.
what the dispensary though, let's say you started off this weekend. Okay, you're going to have to educate people on. I mean, because right now people are shopping with different types of deodorant, not deodorant, detergent. All right, so you need to have some kind of way. That's why I'm saying it's easy to do this. At least start it off with a captive community where you can introduce the product and go from there.
Right, I agree. So here's what we suggest. If you're interested in reducing the plastic in our earth, that think about farmers markets or a small community that you can introduce the idea of reducing your laundry detergent plastics. My son goes through plenty of those every month, and I'm throwing them in the recyclables. But here's three things that you should know about plastic problems, because as we give you these ideas on how we can eliminate the plastic in the village, in your community, in your neighborhood, in the recycling bin, you need some knowledge about what is really going on. So we want to share this video with you.
Here's three things you should know about plastic pollution.
Plastics.
Lately, plastic has been getting a lot of attention.
No more single-use plastic straws.
Plastic straw.
Plastic bag.
Plastic.
If you're like me, you've seen loads of animal videos on social media. Like that poor sea turtle with straw stuck in its face.
And because this kind of plastic never dissolves.
Oops, not that turtle. A lot of people worry about plastic's impacts on sea creatures, as they should. But plastic is a problem for more than just the oceans. Number one, plastic pollutes at every stage of its life. When people think of plastic pollution, they tend to think of this, but it can also look like this. See, all the plastic in the ocean, it originally started out as oil and gas. From extraction to production, plastic is a problem way before it enters our ocean. The fossil fuel industry is producing plastic in marginalized communities, like the small town of Manchester near Houston in Texas. Here, 90% of the residents live just a mile away from the plastics factory. And get this, the cancer risk in that community is 22% higher than the rest of the Houston area. So while our turtle friends are in danger, let's keep in mind how plastic hurts people too. Number two, we make way too much plastic. With all that we know about plastic's impacts, you think we've been making less plastic. Instead, the plastic industry has a plot to increase production by 40% over the next decade alone. That's a lot more to-go cups, straws, and plastic packaging we don't need. And don't even get me started on these new Starbucks sippy cups. Number three, recycling alone won't cut it. Of all the plastic ever made, just 9% has been recycled. So where did the other 91% go? It either ended up in our environment, in our landfills, burned in an incinerator, or it got shipped off to countries like China to deal with. Here's the thing, China recently stopped accepting the world's trash, and other countries are now following suit. So what's the solution? Maybe we need to stop searching for countries to take our plastic and just make less in the first place. So next time you're in a store and you see something like this or this, ask them what they're doing to break free from plastic. The turtles and loads of other creatures will thank you. Cheers.
Like what you saw, then give it up for it.
So who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe.
All right, so there's a little bit of clip to help us increase our knowledge and have something to bring to the conversation to people who may be thinking, well, why do we have to do anything about the plastic?
Our oceans sustain life. An abundant ocean can feed 1 billion people a healthy meal every day forever. But now they are being killed by throwaway plastics. The equivalent of one garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute. 17.6 billion pounds every year. Plastic is everywhere in our ocean, floating on the surface, mixing in the salt water, and sitting on the ocean bottom, miles and miles deep. And once in the ocean, it never goes away. Over hundreds of years, it breaks down into small pieces. But those pieces...
Okay, that was just a little bit more information about the plastic problem. So LA and I are here to give you some inspiration, motivation on helping solve this plastic problem that is destroying our earth. And we have more videos, but LA, let's just look at making laundry detergent. Have you looked into what that would involve? If someone, say, wanted to participate in reducing the plastic, setting up maybe a dispenser table somewhere, a dispenser stand, with your own homemade laundry detergent. Have you looked into what are some of the things they need to buy, or what they need to know if they, for instance, wanted to make their own laundry detergent?
Well, they had to buy the ingredients. The three basic ingredients to water for any soap is well, any soap that you find on the shelves today. It would be water, lye, which is very caustic, and some sort of fat. It could be palm oil, coconut oil, some type of fat. Those are the three basic ingredients for most soaps. But like I say, lye is very caustic, so you got to be very careful with it. There's a gazillion videos on it. You can even go to soap making school. I run across 2 soap making schools. Or if you don't want to be bothered with the making of it, I'm sure there are people out here that you can buy a distributorship and sell somebody else's soap that you believe in and use at a farmer's market. And then sell it online as well. I've run across people that make $10 to $15 per month extra income by just selling homemade soap.
So thank you for that information. So that's just one idea that we have come up with and my friends came up with. And the other ideas about reducing plastic is no more bottled water. That's probably the hardest habit to break for a lot of people. We're so used to buying big 12 packs of bottled water, keeping them in the house. We feel safe. We feel like we're ready for a tornado or a storm or any tragedy that might hit, because we got our 24 pack of bottled plastic water. Can we get out of that habit is the question. Can we start thinking water filters for one? Can we start thinking glass containers, refillable glass containers? These are just some thoughts we're throwing out there today to help us rethink how we live our lives, our lifestyles around plastic. Even going to the grocery store, it's time for us to ask every grocery store in your community to stop using non-recyclable plastic bags. Because if they're not the type of bags that will dissolve in a landfill, they're part of the problem. So we want to, here in the Tiny House Village, give some solutions, and we're giving one. Maybe start your own business and go to a farmer's market and investigate, research, do your research on, can you make your own soap and sell that? There are already plenty of really good natural, non-toxic soap products out there. So as L.A. suggested, maybe you need to go to one of the companies you like and suggest that they offer large quantities of their soap at a discount, maybe, to solve the plastic problem. Maybe one that I use, Bronner soap is one that I use, and I think they have a detergent, and I love their products. And there's other natural products. We don't want to pollute the environment any more than we have to. See if you can contact those companies that you like and suggest they provide large amounts of their soap so that you can go to the farmer's market and offer their brand along. Maybe if you don't want to make your own soap, that's a lot of work, but look into other brands of natural laundry detergent liquids that people can come to the farmer's market and fill up every week or however often they use their soap to reduce this plastic problem. L.A., you have anything you want to add to that?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. Well, I have one more video I'd like to share with you. And this is about a powerful video, why we need to stop plastic pollution in our neighborhood. So let me share that with you before we go. And we don't want to keep you too long, but I think this is an important bit of info, why we need to stop plastic pollution in our oceans. This is key.
Even the tiny ones called microplastics are still plastic. Sea turtles are choking on it. Scientists say that over 60% of whale and dolphin species are affected by it. Zooplankton, the base of the ocean food chain, eat it. And so do we. It's in the water we drink. It's in our food. Microplastics have been found in our salt, our honey, and our beer. And sometimes even in the air we breathe. Companies are choosing to make something that will be used just once, from a material that lasts forever. If you don't like what throwaway plastics are already doing to our world, brace yourself. We face a tsunami of throwaway plastic in our and the ocean's future. 4 times more plastic will be produced between now and the middle of the century than has been produced in all of history. 4 times more. What can we do? Recycling? Of all the plastic ever generated as of 2015, only 9% was recycled. Even when it is recycled, plastic degrades. Your plastic soda bottle maybe becomes a shampoo bottle, then a floor mat. Even in the best case, it doesn't recycle, it downcycles. And then it becomes pollution that ruins our beaches and chokes sea animals forever. We should not be forced to pollute the ocean every time we eat, drink, or go shopping. We need to be given a choice, a plastic-free choice. This is not hard to imagine. Indeed, some responsible companies are already leading the way. There are throwaway plastic-free aisles in supermarkets. Beverage companies already offer plastic-free soda and salsa water. Restaurants offer plastic-free service. There are plastic-free rooms in hotels. An airline is now offering a plastic-free flight. And Oceania and our allies are winning plastic-free victories. Following campaigning by Oceania, Peru passed a law that keeps plastic out of national parks and beaches. Belize is getting rid of styrofoam. And the European Union has mandated reductions for throwaway plastic throughout its 28 member countries. But with your help, we can do more. Together, we can create a movement to reduce throwaway plastic. We can make sure we're all given real plastic-free choices. We can help our cities, towns, schools, and workplaces establish zones that are free of throwaway plastic. Let's stop plastic pollution from wrecking our beaches and our oceans, and have healthy oceans that delight and sustain us for generations to come.
And the birds here are celebrating that idea. They are going like crazy. So we know we're on the right track. And I appreciate you joining me and hearing this message. And may you be inspired. Oh, listen to that. These birds are like going. I think they're affirming our message today. Birds do that all the time. Look at that. Birds are affirming we got to do something about the plastic. So we're starting right here in the tiny house village to reduce the amount of plastics in our environment here, and start in your own neighborhood. Go around and just check out as you walk through the neighborhood how much plastic people throw out. And then I encourage you to go to your grocery stores and make sure that they're doing something to stop using plastic in their grocery bags alone. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and we'll be back again with another video in the future. We're gonna say farewell. Let's see, L.A., did you have any final words you want to have?
Nope, didn't.
Okay, then L.A., you have a beautiful day. And I'm gonna play our final YouTube video. Viyahta's.